Hey there, boils and ghouls. It's your friend Tats, and I'm back with a new video. And I know what you must be thinking. You must be like, wow, you must really have nothing else going on if you're actually going to review Mean Girls on 4K. But actually, no. I actually want to talk about this. I think it's kind of important to, get a couple of points made about this movie that I just, wanted to talk about and just, you know, not just review the 4K, but also talk about a couple of thoughts about, like 4K in general, just stuff I've been hearing, stuff on YouTube and things like this, and just kind of give my thoughts on a couple of things. And if you stick around to the end, I have a couple of other things to show off. But first of all, let's get to the meat and the potatoes of the video, which is, we're going to review Mean Girls on 4K. Excuse me. Anyway, here we go. Today we got this. It's not Burn Book, it's Mean Girls. You can see by the spine there. And this is actually really nice. And this was $21.98 off of Amazon. So it was like $23 and change with tax. And honestly, I know it's a slipcover reproduction of the Blu-ray Steelbook that they did here a little while back. I am aware of that. But, if you're not into slipcovers, you're not going to care. But if you are into slipcovers, this is actually really quite nice. I'm thinking about, casing this one and, put it in a protective case. I think this is going to look really nice, But you can tell, this is almost like something you would get from a boutique company. So, there you go. You got that. And then, here we go. Yes, you'll get a J card. You ever think you get a J card with like a slipcover? But, yeah, we got a J card here. And overall, I'm actually really happy I got this. I'm not upset about it. I'm really not. I think this movie did look really good on 4K. There were a couple of scenes like, okay, hang on a second. We'll show you. There you go. Of course, it's, the artwork we're all used to. And then, you got the 4K HD, you got digital code, which, for the digital enthusiasts out there, excuse me. If someone gives you a digital code for this particular edition, when you renew it, you should get the 4K UHD transfer. That's what I got when I renewed my code. But here we go. And you got the back there. So it's pretty basic. It's pretty simple. There you go. No Blu-ray, so that's something to consider. But no bar work. But for the most part, this is a really nice... like I said, this feels like, I like when Paramount does stuff like this, when they, give you something that, feels like something you would actually get from like a boutique company. And one thing I thought was actually kind of funny was, I saw a couple of, this is crooked and it bugs me. Get this straightened out here. Okay. So anyway, I saw a couple of ladies on Instagram post that, they took the pink case from this and then they put their Barbie 4K into it and everything, and then they were, basically saying, why couldn't Warner Brothers have done something like this for Barbie? And it's like, they make a good point. I can't argue with them. They do make a good point. And, but yeah, on this you got the Dolby Vision, you got Dolby Atmos, HDR. But anyway, so the movie, it looks really good. I'm pretty sure this is probably the best this movie has ever looked. It sounds really good. I had no problems with the sound whatsoever. I could hear everything nice and crystal clear. One thing, well, I don't know why I put it in there. There are a couple of scenes that really, really pop in terms of, the HDR stuff. Like one thing, for example, the talent show. It's like, yeah, you really notice some detail, especially in the set design behind the girls and stuff like that. It's like, dude, you're looking at the set design. Well, I'll get to that. It's like that's the thing about 4K. It's like sometimes little things will just kind of pop out at you. It's like, that's the difference between DVD and Blu-ray. The difference in detail is instantaneous. Like you get it right away. The difference between Blu-ray and 4K is more subtle. A lot of the times it's just smaller things that you pick up. Little details in the background were popping out at me. One thing I will say though, I felt kind of like this scene here where Dennis and Gretchen, no, not Gretchen, I forget her name, the character's name, but they take Katie, Lindsay Lohan's character, they take her out in the yard and they're sitting there, and that's the scene where Regina George and, the Mean Girls are introduced. And I felt that scene was kind of like, it was lit with the HDR and stuff, I felt like it was a bit too dark in that scene. It's like, I know it's trying to, go for more natural daylight tone and everything else, but it just seemed like it was too dark. But, but overall, I was really happy with the way this looks on 4K. And, so honestly, I'm really, really happy with it. And and that's another thing too that's kind of nice about this. You get, some new bonus features on here. A lot of this is carried over, but commentary by, director Mark Waters, screenwriter and actress Tina Fey, and producer Lorne Michaels. New Mean Girls class of 2004 featurettes, word vomit blooper reels, so-fetch deleted scenes with optional commentary by director Mark Waters and screenwriter and actress Tina Fey, and interstitials. I have no idea. Anyway, so yeah, that's that. But overall, just wow. I'm actually really impressed with this. And like I said, or did I say it? It may have been, no. But that's the thing, even if somebody is like, I'm not really interested in picking that up for $10, maybe if they drop the price, I think I could pretty well guarantee, if you're not interested in getting this right now, which, if you're a fan of the movie, I actually do recommend picking it up. But if you're not interested in picking this up right now, I can understand that. But I would say, yeah, go for it. Honestly, you like the movie. But if you don't want to, just remember, wait a few months. You'll probably get it for $10 on a Black Friday sale. But overall, yeah, I'm actually really happy with this. And, it does bring into question a certain few things. I know some people will be like, give me a good reason to want to buy this on 4K. Seriously. Okay, well, here's one thing. How about you buy it for them? Okay, and I've said it before. Okay, this was a couple of weeks ago when I reviewed All Ladies Do It, the first 4K that Cult Epics put out, and I can see it for this. I can see it for other films coming as well. You're going to want to get this because, all right, like right now, the current trend in Hollywood is let's make movies and TV shows and let's make women disgusting and appalling. Like, let's make women just the worst people on the face of the planet. Let's make them, would you rather watch this with these beautiful, gorgeous, lovely ladies? Yeah, they're mean girls, but, my God, they're beautiful and glamorous and gorgeous looking and everything else, and, look at, when Lindsay Lohan was naturally beautiful before she went and did all that crap to her face and everything else, yeah, you're going to want to see this, it's like, if you're a guy, probably some girls too, but yeah, you're going to want to see this. Like, man, remember when women were beautiful and glamorous and all this other kind of stuff? So, that's a reason to pick it up, because like I said, it's either that or let's go watch the new movie or TV show on Disney Plus or Netflix where the women characters are absolutely disgustingly awful, and they all look like they spend all their time rolling around in pig filth. Let's go watch that, or let's watch, something like this where, yeah, they're mean girls, but at least they're pretty to look at. So, excuse me. So that's a reason. And I think that that's going to come on even more as time goes on. And if this trend in Hollywood keeps going on, where, let's just make women terrible people and let's make them as ugly as hell, so they won't be appealing in any way. If that's going to keep going, yeah, guys, and like I said, girls too are going to go back and they're going to want to watch this instead, And like another thing that's really nice about this movie is like, remember where, now, okay, I know that this movie is more geared to a female audience. I understand that. But remember back at a time where a movie, even though it was geared towards a specific audience, there were elements in it that everybody could enjoy. Remember those days, Remember the days before, like, oh, here's this movie coming out and like the actresses or the women filmmakers or stuff, they would come out and be like, hey, if you don't, hey, men, stay away from this movie. It's not for you. You suck. We hate you. We don't want your money. We don't want you coming to see this. And there's nothing in here for you and everything. We didn't make it with you in mind, so screw off. But if this movie comes out or this TV show, if it comes out and it bombs, and, we don't make any money off of it, then we're going to turn around, we're going to call you every dirty name in the book. Remember before those days Whereas, like, yeah, going into this, this is more geared to a female audience, but there's something in it for everybody. And this movie, it's just fun. It's funny. It's well made. It's like, yeah, it was more geared for a female audience, but there are elements in it that I can enjoy, and not just the eye candy. But remember back in those days when you used to have fun, being able to watch movies and stuff like that, and it's like, yeah, I know this is more a quote unquote chick flick, but still, it's like I could watch it for the humor. I could watch it, to look at the beautiful girls. There's all different reasons I could watch this. And like I said, I think that that's going to come along. That's going to just get more and more. If this current trend in Hollywood is going to continue, we're just going to see more of that. Like for example, the other day, I remember they announced that Criterion is getting ready to put Risky Business out on 4K. I think it's July. And Risky Business was a movie I saw in the theater, and I'm sitting there thinking, it's like, you know, I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to pre-order that 4K for Risky Business because I think Risky Business is a movie. Yes, it's a comedy, but I remember, that movie always, I've seen it a number of times, and that movie is always pretty well made. It was always a really nice, beautifully shot film. Some scenes were, executed quite well, I think. And then on top of it, too, Rebecca De Mornay was a huge crush of mine growing up. So, yeah, to see Rebecca De Mornay in 4K, I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Rebecca De Mornay in 4K. But to see Rebecca De Mornay in 4K, yeah, that's worth the money right there alone. So anyway, so I could see this kind of thing becoming, but so yeah, I think movies like this are worthy of getting a 4K release, and for the reasons I just stated. So yeah, I'm not upset that I got this on 4K, and also too, like I said, I appreciate the work that Paramount did with this. They tried to give it a look of like something you would get from a boutique company. They even give you some new bonus features. And so, I figure for, the $21.98 I spent on this, I'm not really crying about it. And like I said, even if I was like, I'm not in any real great hurry to get this, I would still be like, you know what? I'd still, come Black Friday, $10, I can upgrade. So yeah, so I'm not upset at all that I picked this up, and I have no problems with comedies coming to 4K. Like I said, I pre-ordered Risky Business, I pre-ordered Weird Al's movie UHF. Here in June, they got South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, and Team America. Those are coming to 4K. And last year, I just got the Shout Factory Blu-ray of Team America, and I have no problems. I'm still going to upgrade to the 4K because I love those movies, and that's the whole point. Isn't the point supposed to be if you're going to upgrade? If you're going to go that extra mile and get stuff on 4K, get movies you're going to watch, get movies you're going to love, and stuff you're going to watch over and over and over again. So yeah, so I'm having no problems putting my money to that, and I'm pretty sure by the time, it's like the pre-order on both South Park and Team America are pretty reasonable price, which I'm sure by the time they come out on 4K, I'll probably pay about the same amount for those I pay for this, and to me, it's worth the money for those movies just because I love them so much. But anyway, so yeah, that's just where I stand on it. So I'm not the least bit sad that I bought this. I think I got a good price on it, for $21.98 for a 4K. That's a good, reasonable price. They try, and you do get the digital code and all that kind of stuff. So I think I think you can pretty much get your money's worth out of this. And I actually do recommend it, but anyway, so there's that. So yeah, Mean Girls on 4K, and I know the main reason why this got a 4K release was, because the reboot, I think it's like a reboot and a musical came out, and so that's coming to 4K, so they put this out to complement that. But anyway, still, I'm not the least bit sad that I got Mean Girls on 4K. I'm fine with it. So anyway, so there's that, and yeah, if you got just a couple more minutes, yeah, if I could just show you a couple of things I picked up, and so anyway, so got this in the mail today, and I got the first one. I heard this is supposed to be pretty good. I think I've even heard a couple of people say this is even better than the first one, and it's always nice to get new movies for my Shudder collection. I got Scare Package 2, Rad Chaz Revenge. The call is coming from inside the movie, so I got that. $9.99, not a bad deal. So I jumped on that. So yeah, glad to have that. Excuse me. Sorry, just had to wet my whistle. And this here, I got this, it was marked down to $11.19, I think. This is an amazing Kenneth Branagh comedy. And if you haven't seen it, I know it's a black and white movie, but man, this movie is funny as hell. And if you haven't seen it, I strongly recommend it. I've already sleeved this bad boy, but we have A Midwinter's Tale. This movie is so funny. It's very poignant and it's a great film. I highly recommend it. If you're a Kenneth Branagh fan, he's not in the movie, but he wrote and directed the film. But yeah, this movie is so funny. It's so good. The great dry British wit and everything else, huge. You got Joan Collins and Jennifer Saunders. You got a nice cast in this movie. So I definitely recommend. If you haven't seen it, if you like Kenneth Branagh and you like his work with Shakespeare films and stuff like that, then oh yeah, Midwinter's Tale, definitely pick that bad boy up. I got this, yeah. These I got at my local record store, and they were all marked down, so I figured I'm going to jump on these bad boys. And this one here, I know it didn't get the best reviews, but I was curious, and it's like I got it for $12. I got Blood Feast, the remake on 4K, with Robert Russler, Sophie Monk. Yes, Sophie Monk in 4K, a reason enough to see it, and Caroline Williams. Caroline Williams in 4K, yeah, reason enough to have this on 4K. But yeah, I watched it. It's okay. I didn't think it was not the best thing I've ever seen, not the worst thing I've ever seen. It's kind of middle of the road. But yeah, so I actually kind of enjoyed this flick. But like I said, Sophie Monk right there. And anyway, but yeah, I figured marked down to $12. I figured I could pick this bad boy up and check it out. I can see myself actually watching it again. It's kind of feels more like a slasher movie, but anyway, so yeah, I'm happy to have that. This here, I'm glad to get another one for my Simpsons collection. Like, I've been upgrading a lot of my Simpsons DVDs and stuff like that. And another one that I was actually able to get on Blu-ray. So we have season 20. I know, it's like not really much. It's just the episodes and stuff, but still, I like on the one side you got the old Homer and Marge. On the other side you got the old Lisa and Bart. I know it's just the episodes, no real bonus features or anything, but anyway, so yeah, I got it, and it was for a good markdown price, and just to be able to upgrade my DVD to Blu-ray, why not? So I wonder if one of these days we'll ever get like really, really good, like a good like collector's edition of The Simpsons or whatever, but that's not edited, or they don't cut out entire episodes. But I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, so The Simpsons, 20 years, glad to have that. And let's see here. Wow, this was actually only $7, but God, this was such a beautiful edition and everything else. I got the 2-disc platinum edition of Pinocchio. Look at that. It's like, my God. Like, that just looks so beautiful, and I couldn't pass it up. All those bonus features on there. It's a classic, and I'll take this over the new live action version any day of the week. I saw this. This movie holds a special place in my heart. I was actually able to see it in a theater when I was a kid, and so I love Pinocchio, and just it's a great film, and yeah, I really enjoy it. I'm happy to have this, and like I said, to get this beautiful, gorgeous collector's edition of it for $7, hell yeah, sign me up. And last but not least, here we go. I had this on DVD already, but I wanted to rebuy, to upgrade my DVD of it. And this is another Riff Tracks. It is the Crater Lake Monster. Now you guys know I love my Riff Tracks, and this one here, this movie. Now here's the thing: if you buy this DVD, you get the movie with Riff Tracks, but you could watch the movie without Riff Tracks. And I believe it was, I think it was Scream Factory that put out a Blu-ray of this. I think you will be stunned. Now, this is just DVD. I think you will be stunned at how gorgeous this movie looks. This is a standard 480p DVD, and I think you will be blown away. It's like you will be shocked to see how good this looks on just a regular DVD. The picture quality on this is astonishing, Usually you think like something like this, you think the picture quality would be just awful, but no, the picture quality on this is super stellar. And so it's like, honestly, if this is the only copy of Crater Lake Monster I'll ever own, I'm fine with that. Because like I said, you can watch the movie with the commentary, without it. So you have that option. But knowing me, if I'm going to watch this movie most of the time, I'm just going to watch it with the commentary because I love riff tracks. But anyway, so that's it. So yeah. So here we go. Got that. Got my ones here, if you can see that. Pinocchio, Simpsons, and Blood Feast. A Midwinter's Tale, a beautiful, wonderful Kenneth Branagh film. I can't recommend it enough. Can't wait to watch Scare Package 2, Rad Chad's Revenge. So, and love to always happy to get new movies for my, screen or my Shudder collection. And honestly, with a straight face, I'm actually proud that I paid the $21.98 to get Mean Girls on 4K. I'm happy with it, and so. Anyway, that's going to do it. So if anybody took the time to watch all of this, I thank you for doing it. I appreciate you for doing it. I honestly hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, could you please leave it a like? And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And that's it. So take care, everybody. Have a good night. I'll see you all later.